What's up, everybody? Jeff C here. It's a good day to be alive, ain't it? Sun's out, feels nice outside. I'm down here in Houston. It's warm already, but hey, that's what happens. Interesting week this past week. I had a scheduled cheat day that my wife and I partook in. Yeah. It's been 2 weeks. Been going pretty strong since our last cheat day. And so let's see what happened with that and the rest of the week. So today I woke up and I was down from last Saturday 2.2 pounds. So 2.2 pounds only. So I say only. That's still, if you only lose 2.2 pounds a week, that's still 114.4 pounds in a year. Which any human being on this planet, if you lose 114 pounds in a year, you're a different person. You know, even if you still have more to lose, whatever, it's still phenomenal. So, but the weird thing is if you look at my weight Monday morning, just Monday to today, I am down a negative 5.5 pounds. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. So what does a cheat day look like? I'm going to list everything I ate for my cheat day last Saturday. First, my wife and I, we got up and we had breakfast at one of our favorite little local Mexican restaurants, Manuel's. It's in Atascocita, if you're in the Houston area, Lakewood or North Lake Houston. It's awesome. Check it out. I had chilaquiles. I didn't take pictures. I should have taken a picture to put it up. But chilaquiles, I ate about half the beans that they gave me. And the plate's maybe like this big. I ate one tortilla and I had orange juice with it. So that was breakfast. Lunch, and I didn't document any of this, so I don't know exactly where. It's kind of hard to track stuff from, when you're at just a local restaurant. So for lunch, my wife and I wanted to go visit a friend of ours, Jane. She has a bakery slash coffee shop in the Heights area in Houston, Jane in the Wild. And so we went there. I had a hidden gem muffin that she makes. It's almost like if you imagine a muffin made out of like stuffing from like Thanksgiving. It kind of has that flavor profile, and then a hard-boiled egg inside. So awesome. Had a cup of coffee there with a little bit of half and half and some simple syrup. And then my wife and I split one. She makes these bacon fat chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, it's as insane as it sounds. That was lunch. So, and dinner, we went to a place called Beetlejuice, and we had pizza and a couple of cocktails. Now, here's what's crazy, is we bought two, the pizzas aren't like big, they're just kind of normal size. We got two different types. And at the restaurant, we literally ate one slice off of each. So it was like, okay, obviously, from the financial aspect, we could have just bought one pizza. We brought them home. I think we might have had one more slice later, but that was it. We ended up throwing the rest of it away. It was a lot. It was a waste. So, and then we wanted, something sweet at the end of the day, of course. So we went to Culver's and got little small concrete mixers. I had a chocolate concrete mixer that had peanut butter swirl and brownie chunks in it. And that was it. And I'm gonna be honest, like my wife and I were laying there when we were going to bed at the end of the day. We were just like, it didn't really feel like it was worth it. Like we were just like, we were just felt bloated and heavy. My stomach was super full. It was just like, so yeah. So that was the cheat day. And I didn't drink much water, and that's gonna be important when I start talking about the next couple of days. Now, every morning I weigh myself at the same time. I get up, I use the restroom, and then I weigh myself just in my underwear just to keep it. I do it every day, and I think you should too. Um, I woke up Sunday morning. Now, Saturday when I woke up, I was 338.6. Had the cheat day. But remember, I didn't drink a lot of water. So Sunday when I woke up, I was actually down 337.7. So it seems kind of odd, you know, like your body is not building fat that fast. However, Sunday I did eat more fruit, back to the diet, right? Rice, more fruit, a lot of water. So now that I'm having all this water on Sunday, where do you think that put me Monday? Well, I was back up to kind of funny, 338.6 Monday morning. So there we go, right? So you would think that, oh, Sunday you'd wake up because of the food you ate, but it wasn't until I started putting the water in that the weight started going up, because now I'm retaining that water, and so much that, and Monday I ate good, you know, that Tuesday, so that was Monday. So Saturday 338.6, Sunday 337.7, Monday 338.6. Now here's what was interesting Monday. Okay, Monday was an interesting day. Like, I did 2 exercises on Monday. Now I'm very fortunate that I'm an ICU nurse, so I only have to work 3 12-hour shifts a week. So I get 4 days off. Monday I did a bike ride indoors, and that, you know, if you're tracking your exercise and it always tells you how many calories you burn, I would leave some wiggle room on that, because if it says you burned 500 calories, you might have burned 400, you might have burned 450. Some of those calories might be the basal amount of calories you would have burned anyway if you were just sitting around. So here's what happened is, I did a bike ride. It was reported that I had burned 521 calories on that ride. Then my wife gets off work, she comes home, we're like, oh, let's go to the park and walk. So we went to the park, did a nice walk of almost 4 miles, I think. And on that exercise, it said I burned 510 calories. So 521 and 510, that's 1,031 negative. Now, after that walk, I had only consumed 955 calories of smoothies and fruit. Smoothies, and I had some rice and a banana. So that was where I was at the end of the walk. So what that means is, after the walk, you know, on paper there was like a 45 calorie negative expenditure for the day, right? If I had only eaten 955 and a output was 1,031, you know, 40 something, it's whatever, I'm not mathing right now. And so I'm with my wife, and it, like, you know, she's not doing the fruit thing or the sugar diet as much as I am. And so we have a little Mexican restaurant that we want to go to, and so I was like, well, I'll just get a shrimp burrito. You know, shrimp is 0 fat, it's high in protein, and, you know, relatively low in calories. So I was like, all right, cool, yeah, we did that, and so went and had that. I don't really consider that a cheat meal, because I do want to get, you know, a couple of protein meals in the week. I'm trying to be not so far off to where I plan on kind of just doing once I get down to maintenance, which will be basically sugar diet plus several protein meals a week. And so, yeah, we went and had the shrimp burrito. It's about 800 calories. And so Tuesday, Monday 338.6, Tuesday after the 2 workouts and the shrimp burrito, I was 337.7. So yeah, even with having that, awesome. And so Tuesday, you know, another 2 walks, ate good, all right. So Wednesday was down to 336.9, which is awesome. What happened Wednesday, I did not do any activity, because Sometimes my right foot has a little bit of an ache if I've been on it too much during the day, which I know is just because of my weight. And so I know where I need to get down to in the weight to where that'll not be a factor. Probably about 280 is usually where if I'm on my feet all day at work, it won't even affect me. My foot just doesn't even hurt. So awesome, which is one of the biggest reasons for me doing this. Yeah, so Wednesday though, I did have rice with soy sauce and rice for dinner with this Amy's dal soup lentil. So a little more sodium. I think I was like at 11 grams of fat for the day. And so where that put me at Thursday when I woke up, I was at 338 pounds even. And so I worked Thursday and Friday, and I sugar fasted, like legit sugar fasted Thursday and Friday. So I'll do a video soon about what it looks like to sugar fast on a work day. You know, if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments if that's something you'd like to see, a video of how I sugar fast at work, because there's a couple of options that I can utilize. I basically had a smoothie in the morning, and then a can of fruit about noon, and then another can of fruit about 3:30 to 4, and then a smoothie at night is what I did Thursday and Friday. No wavering. And I didn't really even feel like I wanted to waver. I really wanted to see where it would put me at today when I woke up. So did that Thursday. Friday, when I woke up, I was 335.3 pounds. So it was yesterday morning. So from 338 to 335.3. And then, so sugar fasted yesterday from at waking up 335.3, and then today I wake up at 333.1. Not bad, pretty cool. So I'm still way happy with where I'm at and where I'm going. And I say where I'm going because I like to think like where I'm at, what I'm doing right now is almost like a micro modus operandi of where I'll be when I'm going to get to maintenance. And so a couple of key things what I'm thinking about in my mind is like, okay, I'm going to a Metallica concert on June 14th, so that's 2 weeks from today, and that was my next scheduled cheat day. But I don't know if I'm gonna do a day. I might just wake up and have a smoothie for breakfast, and then obviously me and some friends are going, so I'll meet up with them, and then, you know, whatever they're gonna wanna do for dinner, I'll just go and enjoy it. If we go have a burger and a couple of beers, whatever. Obviously, I'm probably gonna have a beer or two at the show. Hello. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll do a whole cheat day or if I'll just do that. I'll let you know. Obviously, I'm going to post a video about it when it happens, or the week after. You know, I want to make sure to keep drinking the water. You know, like that was something that kind of fell off on my last cheat day. It's very important to do it. I mean, I got a bottle right here that I'm sipping on. I haven't had anything to eat today. I really do think that, you know, my last 2 days shows the power in the sugar fast. I mean, that was a pretty good drop. I don't know how much of that is water versus how much of that is actual fat loss, you know, but I don't know. I'm definitely gonna incorporate those probably on all of my work days. I'll probably just make those sugar fasting days. So that'll be 3. Some weeks it's 2, some weeks it's 3. I got a 4-day work week coming up in a few weeks, so I'll definitely be incorporating sugar fasting on every work day from now on. I also think this shows the power of the cheat. You know, I mean, look at what my weight did. You saw in the graph that I put up, or I'll put the graph up now that shows the linear up and down. You know, and so, yeah, but you know, there's also the psychological aspect, and that's individual, you know. If you feel like you need to have a burger once a week, then have the burger, you know, because it's not about what you do from one meal to the next. This is what you do over the long term. You know, as long as 90% of your meals are what they need to be for you to achieve your goals, you're going to get there, you know. And how fast you get there, that's up to you. Do you want to do 100 pounds in 100 days? Or do you want to just do the 100 pounds and live what you want to be living when you get there? You know, that's a debate. That is, I guess, the debate, you know, is how fast should you lose something, you know, and so that's up to you to decide. You know, for me, I'm going to do the sugar fast days on my work days, and I'll probably have rice and stuff on the days I don't work, especially if I do exercises. Another thing I want to experiment with, especially if I know that having, like if I'm going to do 2 exercises, because usually if my wife goes to work and I'm not, you know, I'm at home, I'll do something during the day by myself, and then if we're going to go walk afterwards, I'm kind of curious, like if I want to have rice that day, maybe throwing the rice in before I go do that second workout, you know, and then just having a smoothie or something afterwards. I think that helps keep, you know, the downward trajectory. So if you wanted to have rice, but you're noticing you're kind of not going down as smooth or as fast as you want, maybe try going for a walk afterwards, or if you're going to do a workout, you know, eating the whatever rice you want to have or something, your starches during the day before you go and do that work. That might help utilize some of those, you know, right after you have them. If you're not exercising, please start exercising. It's really good for every human being to be exercising. Well, I wanted to show another little graphic also that like, the Macro Factor app that I use, it shows like an average expenditure. So Macro Factor uses like a pretty cool algorithm to try to say this is probably where you're actually at. You know, so if you are at 200 pounds one day and you don't eat anything and you run a marathon and you lose a bunch of water weight, and the next day you're like 194, Macro Factor is going to be like, no, I mean, it's going to show you what you put on the scale, but it also is going to have another line that I'll show here that is like, yeah, this is probably actually where your weight is. It kind of takes the water balance a little bit out of the equation. And so that's kind of cool. It's just another tool. But yeah, so I'm happy where I'm at. And again, like I said last week, I haven't had the urge to go buy any. Man, I was going to the gas station and buying like honey buns, and they have these little pre-made peanut butter and jelly sandwich, little like, you know, like a Uncrustable type thing. I would get both of those and eat them. Just leave my house, go buy that, eat it, and come back. You know, that's 1,500 calories. Just, you know, and it's like, I haven't even thought to do that. Like, I don't even think to do that. It has been very easy for me to just eat my 4 meals a day at work, and then at the house, I just kind of, you know, I usually have a smoothie when I first get up. I've been up for a couple hours today. I haven't had anything, not just because I haven't felt like, oh, I need to have something. And then when I want to eat, I just eat something. You know, it's either if I want a little rice, I'll have some rice. If I don't, I'll have some fruit. You know, we've been keeping a canned fruit, frozen fruit, smoothies in the fridge, and you know, so I just reach for one of those, and I've really been enjoying it. I feel great. You know, I still feel like I don't feel like I'm getting weak or anything. So I don't know. And like I said, I'm gonna have 1 or 2 like protein meals a week, even while I'm losing. So either it be some shrimp, you know, or maybe I'll go get they have these shrimp cocktails at the store that my wife and I like, and so we'll do something, you know, or if we just, you know, whatever. I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated to what that is. So anyway, thanks for hanging out so far. If you're new, I'd love to have you subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're doing. You folks that have already started to comment, I'm really appreciating interacting with you. I also do book reviews. I'm an avid reader. So if you're a reader, you know, if you want to check out some of the book reviews I'm starting to do, I'm going to, you know, as I read a book, I'll start doing I go for a walk at the park, and then I just kind of do like a review of the book I had. That was a cat running off my porch. So yeah, if you're a reader, check out those, you know, if it suits your fancy. And if you're not a reader, please, for the rest of us, become one. Anyway, So I'll see you guys next week, next Saturday. I wish you all good luck in your journey in this and whatever you're doing, and have a good one. Peace.